Okay, so we're gonna call to order the annual meeting, about half an hour late, but better late than never. And we will do the annual meeting and then we'll just transition into our regular meeting. So calling the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. I thought we should perhaps start the annual meeting with a moment of silence in memory of Vicky, who lost just over a year ago. So we'll start off with President's welcome. So we don't have any members of the public here, so I'm not gonna get too crazy about this.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. So this was a busy year for us, and I think a pretty successful year overall. I won't steal thunder from the director's report and other reports, but I thought we saw some really good increases in circulation, visitors, program attendees. We had some interesting changes to navigate through, first with summer camp at a different location, and then with the insurance challenges having us transition summer camp to the town for the administrative management. We had the big news of getting the construction grant awarded to us. That along with donation, allowing us to actually move forward with the children's room renovation this coming year. We were successful in getting a grant for an APD. We had a really successful trivia fundraiser, which I think is set us up for some good fundraisers in the future. We had a successful annual sale this year. So overall, a lot of positives. I think we have some challenges with the increasing costs. We passed the budget for 2025. That was not a balanced budget, so running a deficit. So we know we have some work to do there. But we've also had a staff member this year with Sadie, who's not only covering Saturdays, but also doing social media, bringing us into the TikTok era. For better or worse. And so I think overall, many positive things, and just enough challenges to keep things interesting. So since it's only us, I don't know if we need to introduce ourselves to one another yet again. We've seen a lot of each other lately with extra meetings.
I don't know who I am.
Let's not make this longer than it has to be.
I'm tough.
So let's just move forward to the approval of the 2024 minutes. I believe last year in our May meeting, we reviewed them, so everybody had a chance to make any changes, since it's hard to remember a year previously if there have been any issues. So can I get a motion to approve the minutes? Okay, Liz made the motion in a second.
Second.
Lee, and any changes, concerns, questions? All right, seeing none, all in favor? Great. So the main business of the meeting, moving forward, we have election of new and returning trustees. There are 3 positions, so I misspoke last meeting, Kim caught that, so we had 3 new board members join during 2024, since our last meeting, since the last annual meeting. So 3 positions. So for number 3 and number 4, seats number 3 and number 4. Number 3 is Lee, and she joined in December. So she joined to complete a term that was ending at the end of April 30th, 2025. So tonight we'll be voting to elect her for that term and elect her for the her own term, her own 4-year term, which would then end April 30th, 2029. Similarly for Liz, she joined in October. Same situation for a term remaining up until April 30th, 2025. So it'll be electing for that in her own term of 4 years, ending April 30th, 2029. And then Mary Ann joined in June of 2024. She is seat number 9, and she took over a seat with a term ending April 30th, 2027. So tonight we are just voting on her to be elected to complete that term. So can I guess, I don't know if I can make the motion on that or whatever. Can we get a motion to approve the slate of trustees?
I move to adopt the slate of trustees.
Wonderful. And a second?
I second.
All in favor?
I'm like, I can vote yourself.
It's a landslide.
Congratulations.
Thank you all very much.
So, sorry, their new term, Lee and Liz's new terms end in 2020.
Yes. Okay, and I believe usually what we've done is, instead of, deciding on our officers during this meeting, we usually do it in the May meeting. It runs from May to the following April. And since most of the officers are here. So maybe we shouldn't do that tonight. So we'll postpone that from.
Thank you, good opportunity to vote them back in.
That's true. Yeah,
That is very true.
Can't vote.
We'll move on to the director's report. You did a very nice job on the graphics.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. It was lots of fun to make. So 24. It was a good year for us, I think. If you can see, our circulation was up. I mean, we're still definitely not at pre-pandemic levels. But I don't know that we will ever get to pre-pandemic levels when it comes to physical circulation of material, circulation of physical materials. One thing I found interesting was that this year, so I usually look and see what's increased in terms of, which sections increased the most. So this year, our largest circulation was juvenile fiction. And that went up. That was a 22% increase from 2023, which was huge because normally it's DVDs are usually your top one. So, and DVDs weren't even on the list. Oh no, they were the next volume, DVDs were the second largest. And adult fiction was the third. But ebooks came out second. Yeah. Oh, we don't keep track of it. It's all juvenile fiction. So it would be novels. It's probably a lot of the graphic novels.
Gotcha.
So second largest was audiobooks, third largest was adult fiction, and then the fourth largest was ebooks itself. Didn't do a lot of withdrawing of materials this year, only 116 items, which is why this year we had to do a big one because we're running out of room on our shelves. So last month, which you'll find out in a couple minutes, that I have already taken out quite a bit in order to make room. Let's see. You can see that our digital circulation is increasing in comparison to your physical circulation. It used to be last year, physical circulation was 72% of our circulation, and this year it's only 58%. So it's a huge jump, which is why it continues that we need to continue spending money on the collection, the e-collection, which is another issue because we have Hoopla, which is also very expensive. But it's what a lot of people use and a lot of people like. So that'll be something for 2025 to think about and talk about and go over. We did have a 3% increase in card holders and a 10%, in adults, and 10% increase in children's cards. So that was nice to see for this year too. We welcomed 32 kids and 70 adults as new card holders in 2023 or 24. Our number of annual visits was a little bit down, but nothing so huge and significant that it's worrisome in any way. So that was kind of good to see too. However, our program statistics are super
Well,
high.
especially 2023 had
The
passport thing, what do you call it,
the expedition.
expedition, so I mean,
Yes.
that's considering, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, if we
That
didn't
got
have
a lot of people in.
it did. Yeah. Well, what was it? We said, wasn't it 1,000 people made it to all of them? So it was
Yeah.
definitely a huge
Yeah.
increase. Yeah. So, and then this year, our program attendance, especially for adults, went up significantly. So, if you see the teenagers, teen programs went down, or the teen program attendance, that's because in 23, we ran D&D group every week on Wednesdays. And this year, and then in 24, our D&D dungeon master had to focus on school. And so we had to, I know. So we had to stop doing the D&D games for a while. And I've tried to get the dungeon master to come back, but he's not going to be able to at this point in time. But if we could get that back, it would be great. But that's why our numbers went down so low, is because the kids weren't meeting for D&D. Summer reading was pretty successful this year. We had 75 kids actually register, 16 teens register, and then out of that, we only had about half, well, less than half, actually finish the program, which is just going to be another thing for me to try and figure out how we can make sure that we get more of those numbers back up this year. Part of the reason the numbers were so high for registering is because I actually went to summer camp and said, here guys, let's sign up for summer reading. But we had a fun ice cream sundae party and everyone seemed to enjoy it. As Jen said, we welcomed Sadie Jamara as a library assistant. She's now also running our social media. She also helps with story time, and the kiddos at story time don't look at anybody but Sadie. They love Sadie. We say, good morning, everybody, and they look at you and they say, where's Sadie? And they run to Sadie's room. So it's no longer, are you going to story time? It's, are you gonna go see Sadie today? So it's, yes, everybody loves Sadie. She's wonderful with the kids. We upgraded some stuff with our copper wire for internet, went to fiber. We tried out T-Mobile with tablets to loan out, but ended up not working because there's not enough good connections in T-Mobile. Camp was held in Fire Hall. Unfortunately, that was our last year of running summer camp because of insurance issues for the library. So we have then spent the last part of 24 transitioning over to giving everything over to the town, and they have now started working wonderfully. Caitlin Miller was our scholarship winner this year. We did get our construction grant, so construction is to begin in a few months, or next month, I should say. Time capsule was located. The big thing, we got our AED finally, and everyone's been trained. And then the very sad news that we talked about this afternoon, or that we took a minute for, was the loss of Vicky right before the last meeting. So it was a successful year. I think we had a good job. Everybody was, numbers were up just about round the board. So I think we're doing good for the year. Next.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Richard's not here, so treasurer's report, so we have he provided the budget for 2025, which we're familiar with, and as I mentioned, we are running at a deficit of $7,580, in addition to which we did not budget for our normal transfers into reserve accounts, so A little bit worse than that, but. We'll talk about that a little bit further when we're talking about next year. And then there's the profit and loss for 2024. So again, you can see that we did have some successes with fundraising this year, which was good to see. Say much more at this point, they've been having.
Should I say much? Or can I say see the truth?
I think it's see reports, yeah.
Okay.
All you need to do
It's
is
basically
record, that's right, motions and
Yes,
vote.
but I'm have big shoes to.
Okay.
Okay, I'll move on.
I'm just giving you the minimum
I know.
requirements.
Told me that last.
And now you're up, Ari, so youth committee report.
So I don't, you can't see my report because I don't have it, but I'll have one. But youth committee was good last year. Easter party was a big success. We had 72 kids, as we were just reminded. And as Kim said, summer camp, we persevered through summer camp with the move to the fire hall, and that was actually a big success, but because of insurance, obviously it's handed over the administrative duties on that. Halloween party was also a huge success. Many thanks to Liz for bringing some new ideas to the Halloween party, which made it really fun, and I think a big hit with a lot of the kids. And that's basically, yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay, call for public comment. We don't have any public, so we will make a motion to adjourn and transition into our regular meeting. Do we have to?
I'll make a.
I'll stop the thing and then start it again, and then
Okay.
we'll have it as two separate
Okay, thank you.
videos.
All right, so Ari made the motion. Is there a second? Liz seconded, all in favor? All right. So